Hello everyone, welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker, he's Derek. So Derek, RWBY Volume 6, what were you thinking, pal?
I already told you.
I didn't hear anything.
Exactly.
Did you not think anything of it?
I thought absolutely nothing. No, I have
Okay.
thoughts.
Alright, yeah. Just like Yang is
So-
in the movie. I mean, volume. Movie, volume, same difference.
Yeah, so, for one thing, I appreciate most of how they up the lesbianism.
Well, yeah, because they just held hands a lot. Derek's like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I can't control it in my pants right now.
Look,
Fuck, I'm dead.
it's good shit.
It's good shit.
No, what I mean by that...
That's the good shite!
No, what I mean by that, it's good because it's wholesome.
Yeah.
I don't think it was romantic. Nor do I think it should have been.
Okay, Derek. Whoever floats your boat. Whatever feather falls your boat. Okay, well, guess I'm not going on that one. To this one I
They
go.
made like one. So they made like okay. So first off, let me just get past. Let me cover the good lesbianism first.
Okay.
Just get that out of the way right now. John's sister. They did that.
Oh,
well,
that was pretty fantastic. I looked at it, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm both upset at this, but also glad about it. I was upset because I'm like, they're giving the tumble, but at the same time, they did the best way to actually do a relationship like that, which is there's no notice. It's just a thing,
they don't.
which is how you
comment on it
should do
whatsoever.
it. That's how
Yeah.
you do a good. Actually, hold on. Just to go on this topic a little bit more. If anyone wants to know a bad example of how to do it, let's talk about Good Luck Charlie, a Disney show that did it, which was the focus of an entire episode. Now, I guess the exception there is it's Disney, so, you know, the fact that they got a lesbian couple on Disney just probably seems like a big, this is before Beauty and the Beast, I think. Seems like a nice win, for them. But, the entire episode's like, what? Your parents with a kid? But you're both female! So, you know, then that's the entire... It was how they advertised the show, too. You know, like, it was like, what? Charlie has a play to parents that are both girls. Wow. You know, it's weird. It's weird. People don't care. It's 2019. I guess it gets a sort of exception because at the time that was Disney, and it's like, wow, fucking Disney's even doing it now. But still, could have been much better.
Yeah, I did appreciate how RWBY did it, where they were just like they drew absolutely no attention to it.
Yeah. Alright, let me word the minor complaint I had with it. It wasn't that like I'm really like upset like, oh no, lesbians. It's like, wow, I feel like every relationship has to be a lesbian one now, huh? Because everyone really wants Bumblebee to happen. That was sort of my thought process.
That's what I was going to get to, was later, because the other thing I like that I really like that they did was in the beginning, or like early on in the season, when I guess there might be RWBY spoilers if you haven't seen Volume 6 yet, but
yeah,
you know,
sorry, as if we weren't. Look, I'll put the warning in the beginning of the episode, for fuck's sake.
Sure.
So people know, but like I figured out where it is. How do I get up there?
So
how do I get up to that? I don't understand.
It
doesn't appear any way for me to get up there.
When they're like there's a point where Blake talks to Ilya, and like before leaving, and then she goes and like talks to Sun, which personally I think is the best.
Bring back the checkpoint.
People might call me basic because I like the more I like canon ships generally, but it wasn't exactly a canon. There's been a lot of development between Sun and Blake.
Well,
and they also
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's clear that at least Sun likes Blake.
Yes.
And so
I would
I'm
say
pro
Blake
that.
likes Sun.
I it I think so
Definitely.
too.
Wait, can I?
It's
Yeah.
I think so too, but it's they just like they haven't done any like they're not in like a relationship.
Yeah.
Is what I mean.
But there, Blake isn't a lesbian. Blake pretty much has to be bi, cause she liked Adam. I mean, I guess you could say it's like, well, she didn't know because she was with guys before. You know, that's the thing. Lesbian happens to lesbians, but you know, like,
What do you
she
mean?
just fought you like
Like
guys.
spy?
Well, she dated Adam, so you know, most like 90% likely, she likes guys in addition to girls. If she's you know like she's into girls in the first place.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. It sounded like you were saying. It sounded like you're saying. I see what you were saying. I was a little confused with how it was worded, but anyways, so anyways, what I was getting at was one of the things I really liked that they did was when like Blake goes to talk to Sun, Neptune is there and he talks to them and he sees Ilya and he's like oh excuse me for a moment, and then like Blake turns to Sun and is like he's barking up the wrong tree. I appreciate what
What did he say?
he said, or Blake said to Sun about or referencing Mercury going to talk to Ilya that he is barking up the wrong tree.
Oh, yeah.
That with the implication that he's going to hit on Ilya and Ilya's lesbian.
Yes.
I appreciated that statement because I appreciated the fact that they made humor from something trivial like that. Just putting in like a simple joke like that. It's a no harm joke that like it makes me happy to see things like that because it makes me happy to see that they're not, or like, first off, you shouldn't be offended by something like that. It's a simple joke. It's like a harmless joke, but it makes me happy to at least see that they're not afraid to like put in harmless jokes like that because it might someone might take it wrong.
I mean, how would anyone take that wrong? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Trophy found. Yeah, I also don't understand how people get offended over anything. Cosmetic unlocked.
But like, things like that happen. But people get offended over all sorts of stuff. But anyways, so I appreciated that joke.
Banana split. Ooh. Oh, it's the actual Earth.
I wouldn't be surprised. So like, anyway, so going back to, let's get back to whatever it was the main thing we were talking about of
I don't remember.
The bumblebee, I guess.
The bumblebee.
Yeah. So they made one statement in the one episode, and I remember as the episodes were coming out, I remember there being one point where I wasn't watching them at all. I just watched through the whole season after it came out. But I remember a while after it came out actually. But I remember seeing at one point a bunch of people just being like, "Oh, Bumblebee, it's canon," or like, I remember seeing people explode about it.
I mean,
about it being because of something happened.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing what it was would have been. Well, for one thing, I think people probably exploded a couple of times, for it.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
I feel like the main one was the main one for me anyways was there's a point when Adam is talking or like yells to Yang or referencing Blake, what does she see in you, or something, which I thought was an odd phrasing.
I'm pretty certain Monty confirmed that one of the main RWBY cast is gay. Likes girls, rather. I'd probably not necessarily that someone's gay, but you know,
Well, they could be bi, which is a subcategory of gay.
It's a subcategory of gay, but it's also a subcategory of straight.
It still counts as gay. It's just a different, like, bi people still call themselves gay, and that is I would say that they are. It's just
They're also straight, though.
Yes.
I wouldn't say they're gay. That's fundamentally wrong. Well, actually, hold on. I need the definition of gay to confirm this, but I would say I would think it's
I'm telling
wrong.
you, Zinker. I'm telling you right now. Every bisexual I know says that they're gay.
Okay.
And even some straight people I know say that.
Yeah, but you know.
The straight people are wrong. But
well, this wasn't. I don't think Over the Mountain was the best way to go.
Or rather inaccurate, I should say.
It's.
I would say you can say if you're bi and you say that you're gay, I'd say your statement is correct. However, there's a more correct way to phrase that, which is saying that you're bi.
Imagine if this was the actual Earth right now, and would just.
I'm also straight. So I'm also I'm also straight, so like people probably are getting mad at me for trying to explain how that the definitions work.
Yeah, but
I've been trying to
Derek.
learn. I've been trying to learn from some of my friends.
I've been trying to learn. I've been trying to learn what it means to be gay.
Well, like I've been trying to at least like learn, the terminology surrounding like LGBTQ, and whatnot, because like I know it, and like I don't like know any of it, and like while it doesn't apply to me, I at least I have a lot of friends who are in that community, and I at least like want to know what they're talking about or what they're saying.
Yeah, what they're saying.
Or like what they mean. So like when they're trying to like define themselves.
I don't want them to sound like a Scottish person. Oh, you Rob knockers.
But anyways, I don't fight me. I don't think Bumblebee is a thing.
There it is. Okay.
And if it is, and even if they tried to push it, they have to confirm two of the main cast as being as like.
Well, here's the deal, right?
Can't just confirm one.
We have that letter from that guy. It's like, hey, they're gonna change stuff, and yeah, they're gonna end up changing stuff. There's no way they're gonna stick with Monty's original vision because he's dead. I mean, oof, that was a bandit way to say it. But,
I was gonna say you could have phrased that a little more.
But like that's the actual reality. Even if they really wanted to, there's no way they're gonna do it. But it seems like they are gonna take a little bit of their own direction. Bumblebee's gonna happen because everyone wants it to happen. That's the truth. There's no other way it's going down. Rooster Teeth's gonna put it in because that's what the fans want. There's it's kind of like open and shut case of how it happens.
I wouldn't say it's guaranteed. I'd say it's very likely though.
No, I would say it's guaranteed. Like straight up, I'm confident. I think
Rooster Teeth can hold on to their grit and like do what they think is right for something, as opposed to just like what the fans are like asking for. Because like even if they're not asking for it, it's still like, even if fans aren't directly asking for it, not doing what the fans want doesn't mean that they're just gonna disappoint the fans. They just might excite them in a different way. I think that they could still. I don't think that they'll cater entirely to just what the fans want, or like what are asking for, solely because that's what they're asking for. I don't know.
I think they're
I'd
going
like to think that.
I think they're gonna like straight up.
I won't be surprised if they do. I won't be surprised if they do. I think this last volume was sort of a. I think it was a test.
Test for the lesbianism? I don't know
but
why.
I think it was a test. I think it was a test for.
They know everyone wants it. There's no.
They know everybody wants it. They know everybody wants it, but the last season certainly came on the strongest for specifically. I'm talking specifically just Blake and.
Well, probably because they're dealing with Adam, you know.
Yeah, and it makes sense for them. In my opinion, everything that happened in Volume 6 between Blake and Yang makes perfect sense given their situation. and it still could be, and while still like the whole situation could still remain platonic, and I think it's.
I feel like this is a hypothesis, but I feel like Monty's original vision was it was gonna be platonic. I feel like one of them was gonna like the other, but the other one was not gonna reciprocate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
I think
what
that
was
still
originally
could
gonna
happen.
That's not gonna happen now. If there's anything
it's
this last season has showed me, is they're going hard. Like this was confirmation for me that they are absolutely going to do whatever they can to make the ship happen, like Rooster Teeth. Because they teased it far too much here, like far too much to the point where it's like, yeah, it's basically guaranteed.
They did tease it a lot.
Yeah.
I also don't know why people like that ship. To me, it's a garbage ship. People liked it before they even had reason to. Before they even had like reason for.
Yeah, but people
like,
were shipping
before,
Ruby and
like,
Yang before they even knew they were
whatnot.
sisters. So like, at me.
But we knew that. Like I guess we technically didn't know it after the yellow trailer, but
We did. No.
That was like the
people
only
shipped the
point
two
we
together.
didn't know it.
It's just that's just how ships
I know.
be, Derek.
I'm not. No, I know that, and like even following, like learning that, I'm sure plenty of people still do, because some people are like that. But
Yeah.
like
People ship
to be
fucking
fair,
Pine Cest. Dipper and Maple Pine.
To be
guys.
fair,
Why?
you can be. I think it's excusable if you did it before or like before or after the yellow trailer, but before the show started, because you didn't know. But once that information came out, you should feel real bad about it. If you didn't, then, if you didn't, then you're wrong.
Yes, Derek.
If you did it afterwards, then you're wrong.
Well, I don't know. I feel like
just
at that point it's like, well, fuck, I've already shipped sisters together. Might as well stick with it. Can't get any worse.
But anyways,
Fuck.
I think
can't get
personally, I think it's the most garbage ship.
No, this is garbage.
Like in the main.
What about Ren and?
I should say.
What about Ren and John?
Okay, I honestly would rather see that than see Bumblebee.
I mean, why?
It probably would. I feel like it'd be at least more hilarious.
Yeah, it probably would. Imagine if it actually happened. I'm calling it now. Ren and John, they're gonna happen.
Honestly, I would rather just see that than see Bumblebee. It sounds like it has more reason to happen than Bumblebee does.
It doesn't. It has zero reason. Oh well, fuck.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying it has more reason, and I'm still saying it has more reason than Bumblebee. Bumblebee has negative reason.
Why does Bumblebee have negative reason?
I feel like the events that occurred in Volume 3 should have given, or I feel like the amount of things that happened, like Blake just running and
away? No.
I feel like they're
that should
bringing
have
it
boosted
back.
it more. What are you talking about?
I feel like they're okay. Given at their current situation, I feel like they're making up real quick, and that's not how people work.
Yeah,
Especially
that I agree with. They are definitely
it feels
making
like
up
they
real
just
quick.
like I will so like I guess like well I don't know I guess because like they did show Yang as in like I think Volume 4 they showed her as pretty easygoing overall with like even like there was a point where there were like the professors and her dad in the like kitchen and like she went down there and was like hanging out with them and like he like they got heated a bit and then her dad says like something like, well, that's like that kind of attitude is what lost you your arm, and then like everyone goes silent and she's like, ah, you jerk. But,
yeah,
which by the way is one of the best moments in that show.
Yes, you're correct. Well, goodbye Earth. Say goodbye to the world. All right,
but
you have any
I don't know.
thoughts on this?
I really just I don't want to see Bumblebee happen because it does feel really forced.
Oh,
and
it is forced.
like I think and like I think this last I think this last season was them testing the waters of like, if we force this to happen, like what exactly is like the response going to be? Because like
Positive.
people like me are going to say I don't want, or like I think that's like a garbage ship, but like other people are going to say they want it,
Derek.
so are like, yes, this is good, keep it going.
As
Obviously
much as I
they're
hate to
probably
admit it,
outnumbered me.
you don't
but,
outnumber the Tomboy fandoms. You don't.
I know that. I literally just
Your
said that.
opinion might as well just be Derek. Your opinion is just horse shite. Horse shit.
It's weird.
Horse shite.
Okay, so the other thing like one thing that I will say is just a little like odd for me, is RWBY when it came out, seemed like a show for like, it seemed like a show for Rooster Teeth fans, and now it's transitioned to and I don't think this was their expectation nor their intention. It's transitioned to, the fan base has completely shifted. Like the fans that watched Rooster Teeth stuff before RWBY are not the same fans that would just like, without knowing Rooster Teeth, would just find and watch RWBY.
Yeah.
I think the way when the show first started, I think the only reason the main reason it still did well was because people like me who were loyal to Rooster Teeth watched it because it was a Rooster Teeth show.
I watched it because like action.
Yeah, and like that's why I watched it, because like I'd seen RWBY season 8 through 10, and I love like what Monty did in that, and I wanted to see him do more stuff like that. But it's just weird because like it started as a Rooster Teeth show, and now it's transitioned to a Tumblr show.
Yeah.
And
well, you know what else this reminds me of? Fire Emblem.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, next time on Speletons, different discussion topic. Bye bye.